Okay, again. Good afternoon. It's one that I'm going to turn off to YouTube. I says one that I want to give it all, you know. But the more and more I pray and I ask God what's going on, the more and more I've seen visions of different things and being told different things. I don't know. I don't know if it's got to do with the storm with the Facebook right now. I'm not to keep on freezing up, or if it's because they got control of my tablet because I had to try over and over to get on the Facebook thing. I realized that a lot of people want to take and use this in a negative way. And I'm not going to feed off into their negativity either because I'll be wrong if I was to do that. I was getting ready to do that the other day when I realized something about Ramadan. So I apologize to the 1.6 billion Muslims that's fasting right now, because I admire people that fast and seek God and put stuff to the side. So in saying that, for me, having thoughts in my heart and my mind that I was going to take and do other day, some that I was going to take and post the other day because of what a handful of Muslims was doing to me. The way that I would have been around, would have went about it would have been wrong. So for those thoughts that I had in my heart and what I was thinking at that time, I apologize for to you 1.6 billion Muslims that are fasting and seeking God, from what I can understand about what I read. I'm a Christian, Christ-like child. I hope. I love my Jesus. So I hope don't nobody get what I'm saying in the wrong way, but people that fast and pray and seek for, God's righteousness and his goodness, they seek the God of Abraham. I ain't got nothing but respect for him, period. So I want that to be known. So just want to apologize for what was in my heart the other day because of what a handful of Muslim brothers and sisters is doing to me. So want to get that out the way. And like I said, didn't want to get this message. But I'm going to be obedient. If it's from God, then he'll let it manifest. If it's not from God, then he'll help me, because I says enough of the nonsense that's going on. So before I get off into the message, I'm going to read the two scriptures that I've been reading when I get on the Facebook page. I got another Bible because I'm starting to wear out the other one that I got. I'm going to still keep it. I ain't going to throw it away because it brought me a long ways, and it was a Bible from my aunt who's not here no more, and I miss her. So I'm going to start off by reading Isaiah 45 and 19. And I ask that y'all please bear with me. Yes, it's coming to me now. And I ask that you help bring that back to my memories, Lord, as I get farther off into the message because I didn't write that down. Thank you. Anyway, read Isaiah 45 and 19. I ask that you bless the reading of the word, Lord. It said, I have not spoken in secret in a dark place of the earth. I said not unto the seed of Jacob, seek ye me in vain. I, the Lord, speak of righteousness. I declare things that are right. Okay. Isaiah 46, verse 9 through 13, I will read. And it says, remember the former things of old, for I am God, and there is none else. I am God, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand. That's important. And I will do all my pleasures. Calling a ravenous bird from the east, the man that execute my counsel from a far country. Ye, I have spoken it. I will also bring it to pass. I have purposed it, and I will do it. Shahandalaboshaya. Hearken unto me, ye star-hearted, that are far from righteousness. I bring near my righteousness. It shall not be far off, and my salvation shall not tarry, and I will place salvation. Forgive me. And I will place salvation in Zion for Israel, my glory. Thank you for the reading of the word, Lord, and allow me to be able to read. So this is where we at. We know today's date is 6/9/2018, but I was told to get a message from yesterday. So I actually went about doing this backwards in the wrong way. But anyway, the message from yesterday was on 5/8/2018. Okay. Today, before I prayed, I spoke to Father Abba about letting the voice of the blood of the righteous Lamb speak to me and us. I anointed my mouth, I anointed my throat, my eyes, my ears, my stomach, because I believe the soul and the spirit is within that within that area. Help me, Lord. As I started to pray, I sung a little and I started to speak in tongues. I felt that something wasn't right, so I started to let Father Abba know that I believe in the gift of speaking in tongues, that I believe it's the most powerful gift that a believer can have if the gift truly comes from him, Father Abba, I mean, okay? If it truly comes from him, okay? I talked to him about how he, okay? I talked to him about how he blessed me to be able to speak in other people's tongues without being taught it, about speaking like an angel and singing like one. Now, I know a lot of people want to know how you know you're singing like an angel. I know that the song that I was singing in wasn't from this world. You know, that's all I can say. You know, it wasn't from here. I hadn't heard nothing like it ever. Okay. Where am I at? Sorry, Lord. Okay. I talked to him about how he blessed me to be able to speak in other people's tongues without being taught it, about speaking like an angel and singing like one. Okay. As well as the tongues that open and close things in the spirit realm, as well as other things. The gift is powerful. I told Father Abba as I spoke to him that so many don't believe in the gift, you know, because I can feel it sometimes when I say certain things, how they market. But I know it's real, that I knew I had the true gift at one time, and that I knew he gave me the gift to interpret as well. Okay, not trying to brag or any of that, because God don't he don't bless nothing like that. But didn't nobody lay hands on me and give me the gift of speaking in tongues. One day I was praying, and I come up out of my prayer, and first of all, when I was in my prayer, I was making a sound that I knew wasn't from this world. And I kept on saying, this ain't from here, this ain't from here. But anyway, as I come up out of my prayer, I just went to speaking in tongues. And went to speaking in tongues, and I could not stop. And this went on to the point that I thought something was wrong. I was sitting in the table with my aunt and my cousin, I call her my sister, and I just kept on speaking, and she was just looking at me, and they was laughing. So I thought something was wrong. So I got up from the table and I walked away, still speaking in it. I mean, just speaking and speaking. And this went on way more than an hour, you know, off and on all that day. I mean, just almost nonstop. Yeah, I mean, for the first hour and a half or whatnot, it was like, you know, something else was taking place. So I got up and I went in the room because I thought they was laughing at me, but I realized that it was something else that was going on. You know, still don't understand it right now, but I know then that was what was going on right then wasn't from the devil. Because I believe it was late on that day when it finally calmed down, it went into a low whisper of tongues. And whenever I speak that low whisper of tongues, the things that be revealed and things that I see and the things that come, it's like I said, it's powerful. You know, gift is powerful. It's different levels or different tongues. I might be saying it wrong. I'm gonna say different levels because it's that low whisper tongue. It has a lot of power in it. The tongue with the deep voice has a lot of power in it. When you sing like an angel, is like the spirit realm. It just opens. I have felt. Turn on my YouTube. It's back on. Anyway, I told God that I know that He had given me the gift and that I had the gift to interpret. I asked Him that I be able to do it again and that He return my discernment too, so I could know when it was a gift He gave me or the devil trying to speak out of me, you know, because the devil got a tongue too, you know. After this, I kept saying that the spirit is grieved. It just kept on, you know, saying it kept on coming to me. Uh, that people have heard me reading Exodus 20, Exodus 20, chapter 20, verse 17, and all of Exodus Exodus from chapter 1, forgive me, Exodus chapter 20 from verse 1 to 17 for the last 2 months. After this, it kept coming pride, arrogance, no true repentance. I thought about Jeremiah 15, verse chapter 15, verse 1 through 7. Okay. As I then began to recall or went to thinking about how long I have been saying this message. What I mean by saying this message is, you know, right here. Let me just read what I got. As I prayed, I reflected that I have been saying a message like this since 2015, when the 333 showed up the first time, about pride, arrogance, repenting. As I tried to get better clarity, I seen two scorpions go somewhere out west and another one on the east coast, upper part, it looked like. I seen them go to these places, to this place somewhere on the west coast and east coast, but they disappeared in darkness. I then said, Lord, I know this isn't you because you gave us power over the scorpions. You know, let me please cut the tails off their stingers. I then seen a white cloud that made a face like a man and started to go the way of the two scorpions on the west coast, I believe. I believe that was the direction it was going in. Then the face with the cloud that made the face stopped suddenly, just like froze. I then heard a voice speak to me about 1 Timothy 4:1, Romans chapter 1, verse 21 to 31, Rando. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1 through 5. I was reminded about the love of money. Okay. This was the prayer in the morning. This is some of the stuff that come to me in the prayer in the morning. All of it I couldn't remember because I was trying to get clarity on it. But those was the things that I was able to remember from it. The prayer on 5/8/2018, later that night, seeking clarity still. It came to me, Exodus chapter 20, verse 17. The verse 17 specifically came to me about coveting. It came to me, Isaiah chapter 19, verse 3, about idols, charmers, familiar spirits, Shehandalaboshaya, and wizards. This message came the other day to Shehit Madam Rovakai Sanda Fikish Nimot. Still being prideful. I was told about men of God that was doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Today it came on 6/9/2018. As I prayed, I was reminded about Numbers chapter 23, verse 19. And yes, I forgot to add that in about the last night, Numbers 23 and 19. Okay, today, Numbers 23 and 19 came to me. I seen lightning hidden in many places. Only thing about this lightning, it was not Mother Nature or a normal lightning. It turned into tornadoes. I seen two of the old saints of God in the spirit realm. Satan is busy, and we have men and women of God helping him. The saints of old are trying to warn us because Father Abba's spirit is grieved. Last week, I seen many scorpions released. Okay, this was last week. Seen many scorpions released. Just like a few years ago when all them scorpions were released before all that stuff started happening. I was told to give yesterday's message. This should have been the first part that I should have gave, but I gave it during the end. I was told today to give yesterday's message. I was told to give yesterday's message. When yesterday's message came to me, I was told to read Malachi 4 and 6. Okay, now let's go to Malachi 4 and 6. Okay, I was told to read it yesterday, but we're going to read it. We're going to let God's word, if it just come from God's word, then his word manifest. Thank you, Lord, for being allowed to read your word. And he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to the fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. Now, I was told to read that yesterday. I was told to give yesterday's message. Okay, I did it. I told y'all about the Villanova and Michigan finals being a warning. You know, I took and broke all that down, about that. The enemy took that down off my Facebook page, and all that is still linked to what's happening right now. It was a pattern being formed in that to let y'all know that what I'm revealing to y'all, you know what I mean, is I'm gonna have to say revelations, and it's not only linked to what's happening right now, but to the Bible as well. And because I'm not a big name or a person in the body, or I'm someone that people feel won't submit, you know what I mean? Other people in authority are letting people do stuff to me, when they had the power and authority to put a stop to it, But I'm going to trust God in this because I know it's some good men and women of God out there. You know what I mean? You just got to wait, so that's what I'm going to do right now. I told y'all how it ties into the Bible, the Villanova and Michigan game. I even showed y'all how Billy Graham Holmes passing and the 2 women and 2 kids that was killed in New York, how it was all tied in. This is even deeper than that because I didn't do it all. We'll tie it all together later, because I know it all got to be redid and some of the other stuff got to be put in there, okay? Anyway, on 12/14/2017, I posted a message about Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 23. Please pay attention to this, y'all. Because I had received a message from Father Abba about families joining hands on Christmas and praying, making a change. Okay. And anyway, last night, final reflects much and speaks of danger and a big warning for all of us. All of us. Okay? I won't do all of this now, but if y'all pay attention, you will have Golden State score. Golden State final was 108. You will have Cleveland score 85. So you have 108 the winner and 85 the loser. So if you take and you put the top on the top and the bottom on the bottom, you have the number 23 in the middle of this. Okay? You have the number 23 in the middle of this. They won by 23 points. This 23 points Golden State won by. The warning comes in right here. The warning coming in right here. I was told on Christmas that families should join hands and pray. It came to me, Ezekiel 7:23. This is where the warning is speaking big. If you read Ezekiel, if you read Ezekiel 7:24 and Ezekiel 7:22, where you're going one up and one down, like I was taught by Pastor Grant, anytime the verse that you've been told to read, you always go one up and one down so you get a better understanding of it. So if you read Ezekiel, I said it back, if you read Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 22, and then you go the one after that, which is 24, this verse 23 is in the middle. You will see that evil is surrounding the people. Read it. So I'm going to read it, okay? And I'm going to start with Ezekiel. I'm going to start with Ezekiel 7:22, so y'all can, I done did this before, but, you know, I know that I need to do it again. Help me out here, Lord. Blood of the Lamb on my soul, spirit, heart, mind, and body. Trust you, Father. Okay, we're going to read, bless the reading of the word. We're in Ezekiel chapter 7, and we're going to start with verse 22. Now, pay attention to verse 22. My face will I turn also from them, and they shall pollute my secret place, to the robbers shall enter into and defile it. That's verse 22. Now watch how verse 23 starts off. This is where y'all need to pay attention. Make a change. See how the language changed? God's telling Ezekiel to tell the people to make a change. Now watch what come after make a change. For the land is full of bloody. Sorry about that. Y'all on YouTube, they don't want to get. Now, right after we come out of verse 22, we're going to verse 23. First thing you hear, 23. First thing you hear is make a change. God telling Ezekiel to tell the people to come together, seek him. You know, come together, seek the Lord. That's what they're saying. I know y'all ain't hearing it, but that's what they're saying. And if you look in it's 10 letters. 10 represents Yah, God's hand. Call out to God, come together, start seeking him. Watch what's said right after make a change. Watch what's said. Watch what's said. For the land is full of bloody crime, and the city is full of violence. Now watch what verse 24 say. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathens, and they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pumps of the strong to cease, and their holy place shall be defiled. Now, 7:23, the make a chain is between all of this, in the middle. Okay? Now, let's go to the rest of this. This is where y'all need to pay attention. Now, I gave the message about Zechariah chapter 7, verse 1. I gave most of all of verse 1. There's still a lot more to verse 1, okay? And I'm going to finish it. I owe God an apology. Sorry, Lord. And the 3 church bombings in Indonesia and the number 13. Pay attention, y'all. As well as the number 21 playing out in the whole chapter. First verse. Right here in the final score, you have the number 13 2 times. This is the final score of the NBA championship. And then y'all really need to pay attention in this. They swept them. 4 straight wins. Pay attention to what I kept on saying in Zechariah, the first part of that. Mention 4. I know I'm supposed to get that. Let me let it go. Okay, in the final score, you have the number 13 2 times. The bottom number is 85. The loser had 85. 8 plus 5 equals 13. There go to 13. The top number 8 with the bottom number 5 is 8 plus 5 again, 13. So now we have, if you pay attention, the number 13 twice. You get the number 13 twice in the first verse of Zechariah chapter 7, verse 1. Then you get the number 13 twice in the 3 church bombers too. When I take and do what I do. I mean, I'm going on, just stick to what you got, bro. Now, if you add all 3 numbers together, all 3 numbers, you got the 8 on the top, plus the 5 on the bottom, and the 8 on the bottom, equals 21. Okay? How can you do that without the 1? Because they won 108. How can you just alleviate the 1? I ain't alleviating the 1. Pay attention. You can't leave the 1 out. The 1 comes over to the right to help out the 0 become 10. I'm not leaving it out, okay? The 8 subtracted from the 10 gives us the number 2. Then the 5 subtracted from the 8 gives us 3. That's how you get to 23. So the 1 is no longer there when you doing this to get the understanding from how it's fitting in with what's going on. We can't change the score 108. But if you're seeking, what's being revealed here, you have to take and break it down. Now, I ain't even broke it all the way down yet. I'm just giving y'all some of it now. Thus, we get the number 23. So just doing this, we get 3 warnings. We get 3 warnings. Pay attention. The number 23, Christmas message last year, okay, that was given to me on 12/10/2018 that I posted on 12/14/2017. Forgive me, 2017. 23 school shootings so far this year. 23 guns the Las Vegas shooter had. I can't go on and on with this number 13. But I will start with just those 3. I can go on and on. The first school shooting, actual school shooting inside, I know I said I was going to talk about, I got to get it. The first actual school shooting inside the school that was targeted at school children that would cause a death happened on the 23rd. We know that other people was killed on school grounds and all that, but the first actual school shooting inside a school happened on 1/23. That come from a death being inside the school from a school shooter going in the inside and doing. Check it out, 23rd. There was other school shootings before then, but we talking about when the school shooter went in there like that. We had a man killed in the parking lot, another student killed on ground law, but I'm talking about inside the school where a school shooter was going to do a mass school shooting. 23rd. We had one the day before on the 22nd. Just an injury. Pay attention. Okay? I know I'm supposed to get that. Oh, Lord. The number 13. Okay? Now we're going back to the number 13. Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King. You get the 8 and the 5 out of that. Because you got Martin Luther King, 1968, last number 8. Malcolm X, 1965, last number 5. 5 and 8, or 8 and 5 again, 13. 3 church bombers, 13 twice. Zechariah, 7 and 1, 13 twice. North Korea, 13. I will stop there with the number 13 because I can go on and on with that too, and things that applies right now. Okay. The number 21, Malcolm X murdered, 2/21/65. Billy Graham Holmes passing away, 2/21/2018. Zechariah 7, chapter 7, verse 1 through 14. Add that up, do the whole, you get 21. Okay? 7 and 14 is 21. Okay? But the revelation is even deeper there. Revelation is even deeper in this, because in Zechariah chapter 7, verse 1, you have 121 letters. Now you have a 21, showing itself frontwards and backwards. Anytime you see that in that way, it's a warning. Because when I did what I did in the lottery number, I would always look for the front and backwards, how the number would flip and do certain stuff. When you see it like that, I know people saying, how can you apply this? Anyway, you got 121. A 12, if turned around, could be a 21. If a 21 turned around, could be a 12. You got to hold that. Both sides, the flip side, the number showing both ways. And then if you take it one step further, we're going right back again. Now pay attention to this. 1, I know something, I'm going to get it about it. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4. What happened last night? 4-0. Well, it's in the beginning of Zechariah, chapter 7, verse 1. In the 4th year, King Darius. Okay. I can't take this all the way, but I know I'm not supposed to right now. I even gave some stuff that I'm supposed to. Anyway, so I'll say I'm sorry, Yahweh, for saying I will back off of this with Zechariah chapter 7, verse 1, on, because of what the enemy was doing, because I know if this coming from you, you're going to defend what it is that I'm doing. Like I keep on hearing that none of the words that you speak to me will fall on unfertile soil. So keep hearing that. So if it's from you, I'm going to trust it. If it's not from you, then help me, Lord. I ain't got no problem. Please. People say, you ain't supposed to say please, Lord. I say please. I take a crumb at a time till it becomes a whole loaf of bread or a whole pan of bread. If that's what I got to do to get my healing and my wholeness, to get breakthroughs, not just for me, but for others. I crumb at a time. Because we know if it's come from off your table, Yahweh, we know it's good. Okay, slow down, man. Anyway, I'm sorry, Lord. I see the 88 in this too, Lord, but they won't listen to me or the warnings your prophets of old are giving us right now. Okay? They turned off my YouTube again, so hold on for. But they won't listen to me or the warnings your prophet old are. Keep having visions of Matthew chapter 24, verse 8. Keep on coming to me over and over. Now, it was something that I forgot that was blown back to me at the beginning of this. So I am going to do this. I got to keep in mind to write it. Now, we need to take and pay attention to to this right here. Numbers chapter 23, verse 19. Please pay attention to this. The middle number was 23. I'm being told about Numbers 23 and 19. Now pay attention. Pay attention to this. Numbers 23 and 19. Middle number from last night's game was 23. See how the 23 keep on running. I'm gonna take them and do some more with the 23 and Zechariah as I continue. That's gonna lead to Dr. Martin Luther King and on and on and on. But for right now, just need y'all pay attention to Numbers 23 verse 19. I'm gonna read this too. I'm gonna read this too before I do this. Bless the reading of your word, Lord. Yeah, we're right to it. Thank you, Lord. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Has he said, and shall he not do it? Or has he spoken? Not me, but him. If you're speaking, Lord, then I know it's going to manifest. You not help me. And shall he not make it good? Okay? Has he spoken? And shall he not make it good? God, not me. You know, it's only one God. You know. Anyway, 23 in the middle, and God been warning me or been talking to me about, pay attention, Isaiah 19 and 3. So let's back up a little bit right here. 23 chapter, we're going by chapter. Numbers 23, Isaiah 19. Okay, let's back up a little bit right here. And Numbers chapter 23, you got verse 19. Now we take and we come back, we got Isaiah chapter 19, but God talking to me in there about verse 3. In verse 3, if you read it, pay attention to this. Now I'm just going to do the flow because I need to take it right this down and do it all the way right. But I'm going to do this part. Come on. Say it. In verse 3, pay attention to this. You have God saying, and the spears of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof. I will destroy the counsel. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. No, yep, it's verse 3. I read wrong, forgive me. Slow up. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, pay attention, idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. Now in here, God is talking about, I'm finna count it for you. You got idols, 1. You got charmers, 2. You got familiar spirits, 3. You got wizards, 4. Now here we go again with that number 4. Okay? Now we got the 23rd chapter and the 19th chapter. But in the 23 and 19, God's talking about he's not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Has he said and shall he not do it? Or has he spoken and shall he not make it good? Okay? In chapter 19, God's talking about his judgment against those that with idols, familiar spirits, charmers, and wizards. Now, you got him talking about 4 different things that he's getting ready to come against. And he's been telling me about Zechariah, chapter 7. Come to me, understand Zechariah, chapter 7, verse 1 through 7. But I understand that I need to understand this before I go into the other 7, but we're going to start right there. Here we go, right, 4 things. You find the 4 in the beginning of Zechariah. First thing he mentioned. And then you find the 4 in the end of Zechariah. Not once, but twice. The number 13 is 4. 1 and 3 is 4. Then you have 121 letters. 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4 again. So what do you have right there? You have the 8. When did this message come to me that I was supposed to give again? On 6/8. What was the last number with the winning team? 108. I'm going to let that go because I know I need to break this down all the way right. But I was told, to reflect on Numbers 23:19, Isaiah 19:3. And if you even go even farther than that and you break it down, you will get 7 in the 3rd verse of Isaiah 19. You'll get the number 7 again. So what is God saying? We know that's God's number. Even though the devil try to duplicate it, it's God's number. I'm not going to hold y'all up because I know sometimes when you make things long, when you go on and on, people miss what you're trying to say or what God is trying to say when you add on to it. So don't want to do that, but it's a warning. The enemy took down that I did on Villanova and Michigan for a reason. He don't want y'all to see that God is using somebody like me. I used to sit and do the lottery numbers, like I said, from the time I get up to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Now here it is, he using something that all I wanted to do was get rich off. I was all the way in the world. Everything, I'm not going to say I put everything before money, but my mind was always there, hitting the bid, hitting the lottery bid. And when I gave that up, he gave it back to me in a whole nother way that I wouldn't have never thought of. I'm still not understanding it. It's a warning, y'all. And I'm going to just say this. We need to be praying again for the West Coast. I ain't gonna mention no places because I'm hoping that God gonna loose some angelic angels to cut the stingers off of them scorpions. I'm still praying for that. But we need to be praying right now, y'all. I've been told the places, but I ain't gonna mention them. I'm learning some other things too. So I'm just gonna say we need to be praying for 2 places right now specifically on the West Coast and a place on the upper East Coast. I don't know where these other scorpions went last week, but whatever it is that's going on with them is not going to happen, until what's manifesting with these 3. These 3 were shown for a reason. And I told y'all about the cycles of 3. It was shown for a reason. I don't know how many of them are loose altogether. But y'all that got discernment. If this not from God, and y'all God's children, it help me. People won't ask for help, man. And I was used to be one of the people when I wouldn't do it, But I ain't too proud to ask for help, And y'all that got discernment, if y'all know it is true, we need to be praying. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little tired, but I'm gonna keep on seeking God because I know he can stop it, He can cut the tails off of them. Every time I done warned y'all, every time that God didn't inform me or didn't show me these scorpions, something bad didn't happen. All y'all got to do, if they ain't took it down off my Facebook page, you see every time I done warned, God didn't reveal to me, something didn't happen. Love y'all. Have a blessed day.